And now, 11 minutes of non-stop news and your forecast first. This is 11 News at 10. Looking out for you.
Good evening. Thanks for watching. I'm Seal Spells.
And I'm Brian Custer. The family of Opal Jo Jennings is hoping for a breakthrough after a national TV program profiled the abducted girl tonight.
Right now, FBI agents and police detectives are answering calls that could bring Opal home. 11 News reporter Jim Acosta joins us live from Opal's house in Saginaw, where, Jim, I would imagine her family has quite a different reaction to the program.
That's right, Seal. We are outside Opal's house where the candles of hope are lit, and Opal's mother is thanking America's Most Wanted for its second week in a row of profiling the abducted girl. In the coming days, we should find out if this national exposure pays off.
Most Wanted is where America fights back. Now, from our crime center in Washington, D.C., John Walsh.
Leola Sanderford wore a new T-shirt bearing her daughter's picture and gathered with loved ones to watch the latest effort to bring Opal Jo Jennings home. The Fox television show, America's Most Wanted, aired a story on the abducted girl to a national audience.
A dog in the dog. Aww. Who gave you the kitty cat?
The program showed home video of Opal talking and her missing front tooth.
I don't think she's around here. I think she's probably out of state.
Opal's grandmother told the show she thinks her granddaughter is out of state, but Opal's mother thinks otherwise.
Well, I don't think she's in Saginaw. I know she could be somewhere around Saginaw, Fort Worth or Dallas, you know, anywhere, but I don't think she's in Saginaw. I don't think she's out of state.
With the permission of investigators, Leola opened the door to Opal's bedroom, the abducted girl's toys waiting for her to come home. Leola also told us she still believes Opal is alive and asked her daughter's kidnapper for compassion.
Give us a clue. I mean, is she alive? I mean, anything.
We know that if we all work together, we can bring this case to a close.
This case could come to a close if somebody in that national TV audience phones in the breakthrough that so far has eluded investigators. A breakthrough that could mend the broken hearts of Opal's family. And by the end of the show, America's Most Wanted generated some 30 to 40 tips. So tonight, Opal's family and investigators are pretty pleased by the results. Seal and Brian?
That's good news. Thanks. Jim Acosta live in Saginaw.
Now, Opal's grandparents are attacking another front in the search for Opal. They're in Arkansas tonight at a conference on missing children. Our team coverage continues with 11 News reporter J.D. Miles in Little Rock, where Opal's family sought comfort from parents who know exactly what they're going through.
They share a common bond, the bond of emptiness.
I'm afraid Felicia's dead.
Audrey and Robert Sanderford met the families of 7 other missing or abducted children at an Arkansas conference center for what they hope will be a weekend of knowledge and comfort.
Only these people can really say, I know what you're feeling, and put their arms around me, and I know they know exactly what I'm feeling.
It's been 2 weeks since someone abducted the Sanderford 6-year-old granddaughter Opal from the front yard of their Saginaw home. Today, the Sanderfords and other families shared stories and received much-needed encouragement.
I would hope that all the families would remain hopeful. I think there's always a chance that we'll get these kids back.
Opal Jennings is the latest addition to this haunting billboard. Pictures of seemingly ageless children, some of whom have been missing for years.
It becomes more challenging over a long-term search to keep everybody motivated, and I do believe that it's the parents' job to make sure law enforcement stays motivated. You know, you keep your child's face in front of them, continue to ask them questions, don't let them forget that you're around.
That's something Opal's grandparents are willing to do for as long as it takes. In Little Rock, J.D. Miles, 11 News.
Now, again, if you have any information about Opal's disappearance, you can call a special tip line. That number is right there on your screen, 817-847-6087. The investigation into the bizarre sexual torture case in New Mexico has expanded to murder.
A third person has been linked to 2 others who are already in custody. Dennis Yancey of Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, was arrested last night for the murder of a woman in 1997. The 2 other suspects, David Ray and his girlfriend Cynthia Hindy, are accused of kidnapping and torturing 2 women in their Elephant Butte trailer last month.
An early morning church fire caused heavy damage to a church in Corsicana. The First Christian Church, which was built in 1905, went up in flames about 4 o'clock in the morning. It took firefighters about 3 hours to contain the blaze, and luckily no one was hurt. The cause is under investigation.
Six Flags Over Texas has not commented yet on a lawsuit filed by the family of the woman killed last month. Valerie Cartwright of Arkansas drowned when a raft on the Roaring Rapids ride flipped over. Cartwright's family is suing both the park and the ride's manufacturer for wrongful death. The lawsuit claims the ride was defective and improperly maintained. It also claims the park did not have enough medical personnel on staff. The others were hurt, 10 others, were hurt in that same accident.
Small town of Huntsville, Texas is pulling together to help the family of POW Stephen Gonzalez. Gonzalez is one of the 3 soldiers captured in Yugoslavia. Today is his 22nd birthday. And you can see yellow ribbons everywhere in his hometown of Huntsville, even signs that say, "Hurry home." One church congregation gathered for a candlelight vigil today to show it's behind the Gonzalez family.
I think as people come through Huntsville and see that this town is unified, it'll show that other towns or other neighborhoods can come together when crises like this happen.
Gonzalez, Christopher Stone, and Andrew Ramirez were captured by Yugoslav authorities over a week ago. They were on a Renaissance mission in Macedonia near the Serbian border.
More firepower is on the way tonight to Kosovo. The U.S. is sending more than 80 warplanes to join NATO's fleet. Bad weather slowed down the air assault today, but cruise missiles did hit their targets in the capital of Kosovo. More ethnic Albanians also fled to neighboring countries, many of them unprepared for living in the camps.
These are people that are considered the elite of Kosovo. We found dozens of doctors, professors. These are people that have traveled and lived abroad, so for them, living in a refugee camp is something that they never expected to happen to them.
Here in Dallas, 2 community organizations rallied against the assault by the Serbs on the Albanians. Protesters say they want to show their support for victims of persecution throughout the world. From the soldiers to the bombing, stick with us for continuing coverage of the crisis in Kosovo. In between newscasts, you can get updates on our website. That's at ktvt.com.
Well, many people are afraid to fly on New Year's Eve for fear the computers won't be ready for takeoff. Ahead, we'll tell you about the first big test for the airlines.
And do side impact airbags pass the crash test, or can they actually hurt you and your children? What you need to know is coming up next.
And I'm meteorologist John Honore in the 11 News Storm Center. Here's your forecast. First, overnight tonight, considerable high and mid-level cloudiness out there. And that will act as a blanket over the area, so temperatures really not falling off all that much tonight. How's the rest of the weekend looking? Well, there is some rain in the forecast. We'll tell you when it gets here coming up in just a few minutes.
Making news tonight, 4 North Texas police departments team up to raise money for the Special Olympics. Officers from Addison, Carrollton, Capel, and Farmers Branch put on their tennis shoes today and took to the streets to raise cash and awareness for Special Olympics Texas. Each team ran through their city and then met up in Carrollton.
It's a big night for the aviation industry. The Federal Aviation Administration is conducting Y2K tests later tonight just to make sure there won't be any computer glitches when the year 2000 arrives. The tests are being conducted at Stapleton International Airport in Denver. FAA officials will roll half of the computers ahead to the year 2000 to see what happens and also what they need to fix. Airbags have made a significant difference in saving lives in cars, but they don't always protect the entire body in a car crash.
Side impact airbags could make up for that. And looking out for you tonight, CBS reporter Herb Weisbaum tells us a new crash tests show just how effective they are.
Most crash tests look like this. Cars run straight into barriers. This time they were put on sleds and slammed sideways into poles. For these tests, the Insurance Institute chose a 1999 Lincoln Town Car, equipped with head protection side airbags. They compared it against last year's Town Car, which is nearly identical except for the bags. The cars hit the pole at just 18 miles an hour. Even at that relatively slow speed and using a sturdy vehicle, you can see it's a serious crash. The pole pushes a deep V right into the passenger compartments of both cars. But as this tape from the Insurance Institute shows, inside there's a clear difference. In the car without the airbag, on the top of your screen, the dummy's head crashes right into the pole, while the dummy in the lower car, the one with the side bag, takes a much less serious hit.
Despite the major intrusion into the occupant compartment, the side impact airbag provided an effective energy-absorbing barrier for the driver. As a result, this is a survivable crash.
The federal government says the new head-protecting bags could save 600 lives a year. But could they cause the kind of injuries that have been blamed on some front airbags? The experts say they don't think so.
The side impact airbags do inflate differently than frontal airbags, and at this point in time, we're not aware of a single fatality or serious injury resulting from a side impact airbag.
In addition to the town car used in these tests, side bags with head protection are available on several other Ford, Mercury, and Lincoln models. You'll also find them offered by several foreign car makers, including Saab, BMW, and Volvo. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety says these new airbags could also be one answer to a problem we've been hearing a lot about recently: the large number of injuries caused when large sport utility vehicles crash into regular cars. These side bags could help even up that mismatch a bit. Herb Weisbaum, CBS News, Seattle.
Now, there is one big concern about side airbags. Federal regulators say airbags could seriously injure children riding too close to a door in the back seat. They suggest buckling up your children more to the middle of the seat. Some good advice.
That is good advice. And the rain stayed away for most part of today. What can we expect tomorrow?
Well, I know what we can expect, and I know who knows the answer. John Honore is up next with the forecast. Plus, cleaning up the mess in the Midwest after severe storms and tornadoes whipped through the area.
Storm Team 11 meteorologist John Honore has the seal of approval from the American Meteorological Society.
Cleanup continues in the suburbs of Cincinnati, Ohio, after deadly storms rolled through there early yesterday morning. Tornadoes killing at least 6 people and damaging at least 900 homes. Damaging or destroying, I should say, 900 homes out there. Just incredible video out of Cincinnati there. And unfortunately, with the frequency of severe weather around here, it's only a matter of time before we have a scene like that around here. Nothing like that tonight, though. Pretty placid evening out there. Lots of high and mid-level cloudiness streaming across North Texas all day long. A pretty good conveyor belt of upper and mid-level moisture coming across from Mexico and the Pacific Ocean into North Texas tonight, and that looks like it's going to continue over the next 24 hours. Temperature-wise, the cool spot in the country appears to be Wyoming, where the warmest temperatures are in the southeast here around Alabama and Mississippi, and tomorrow North Texas will be one of the warmer spots in the country as well. The temperatures across Texas tonight cooling off quite nicely behind this front that went through early this morning. If you were up early this morning, it was awfully muggy out there, and then that front went through and brought in some much drier air. Temperatures already in the 50s in the Panhandle, but still in the 70s excuse me, in southeast Texas. We are at 67 degrees, dew point's at 40, so our relative humidity is at 37%. Pressure's at 29.90 inches, and we have southwest winds right now at 9 miles an hour. Our high today, 79 degrees. The current temperature is our low. This morning we had a low of 69, but the temperature has dropped 3 degrees in the last hour. So current temperature is the low temperature, and whatever the low temperature or the temperature is just before midnight tonight, that will be our low for today. Average high 75 for this time of year, average low 53. The record high was 98 set back in 1963. The average low 30 back in 1973. Over the next 24 hours, we will continue to see high and mid-level cloudiness streaming across Texas. An area of high pressure will be building into our north. So from the Metroplex northward, that's where the most sunshine will be. But as we continue to see this conveyor belt of moisture streaming across Mexico into North Texas, we will see quite a bit of high and mid-level cloudiness through the day tomorrow. And the further south you live, the more cloudy it will be. A few of you may have seen some sprinkles earlier today, but for the most part, the really nasty weather was in Arkansas, the boot heel of Missouri. Some nasty storms going through the Chicagoland area right there. Those have crossed over the Lake Michigan, and now we're seeing more storms develop in Illinois, and we could see more severe weather tonight in Cincinnati, unfortunately. Pretty wet going in the northern plains, and here's our next real big weather maker. It's a long, long way away. That's when the rain will get here, probably Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. So we're going to have quite a few dry days on the way, and high temperatures tomorrow should be really, really nice in the mid to upper 70s. So for tonight, Considerable high and mid-level cloudiness. Temperatures bottoming out in the low 50s with light winds. And then tomorrow, partly cloudy and comfortable. High temperatures in the upper 70s with light north winds. 5-day forecast again. Clear sailing until Tuesday night. And then we'll see some thunderstorms, and that could last on and off throughout the day on Wednesday. Could see some severe weather that day as well. But look at those temperatures, just about every single one of them above average. And that's what we've been seeing all winter and now spring long. And hopefully this is not a harbinger for the summertime.
Yeah, but the best part of this is when you go to sleep and you can just keep the windows up.
Oh,
and
yeah,
nice
that is
breeze.
great.
I
We'll
love
be able
it.
to do that in a few months, though.
Right.
Probably a few weeks, the way we're going at this rate.
All right, thanks, John.
Sure.
Where they're hoping to be part of the most exclusive girls club in Dallas.
Next, we will check in on the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders tryout. Stay with us. Nearly 10,000 extras packed Texas Stadium today for a chance at stardom.
They're cheering their way to a spot on the silver screen. Director Oliver Stone is in North Texas filming one of the last scenes in his upcoming movie called Any Given Sunday. The film is about football, and it features a star-studded cast that includes Dennis Quaid, Lauren Holly, LL Cool J, and a host of others.
We came here to Dallas and hung out with Mike and Dion initially. Right before we got into the filming, Oliver thought it was important for us to talk to the real guys and get some tips.
The movie, which is due out this fall, is rumored to have already exceeded $100 million in production costs. Closed set filming at Texas Stadium is expected to continue through next week.
In the meantime, nearly 400 women from around the world converged also on Texas Stadium today to become part of an exclusive girls club. The first round of tryouts for the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders kicked off. Those who make the cut will audition again tomorrow. The finalists will then compete one more time on May 2nd. From the initial 400 candidates, only 36 will become Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
And the Rangers try to even up their series with the Angels tonight at the ballpark in Arlington.
And we'll show you who's in the hunt at the Masters. Beth McKay is up next with sports.
Eye on Sports with Beth McKay.
Earlier at 16, though, Nick Price.
And that was the only birdie of the day on 16. Third round of the Masters usually separates the contenders from the pretenders, and some heavyweights of the golf world have moved into position to go toe-to-toe in tomorrow's final round. No one thirsts after that green jacket more than that man, the Shark, Greg Norman. Did he make a move today? Well, we'll tell you in a second. Dallas's Justin Leonard trying to hang in there, hits this great approach on 18 for the gimme birdie. He's at 1 under going into Sunday, still in there. So is David Duval, who birdied 3 straight, but could only post a 2 under 70 today. Tiger Woods for Eagle on 13. Get ready to pump that fist, Brian. There you go. He also shoots 70. Tiger at 2 under. Here's the guy who really makes the move today. Steve Pate with a Masters record 7 straight birdies. He's at 5 under after firing the low round of the day, 65. Check out the perfect read from Davis Love III. No way this is going in. But wait, yes it is. For birdie. To get to 6 under. Briefly, that was the lead. He dropped back, though, 1 shot with a 70. Greg Norman battles all day, but comes up big with the birdie here on 18. He finished at 6 under, good enough to play in the final group tomorrow with former Masters champ Jose Maria Olazabal, who only had 1 birdie today that comes on 15. He shoots a 1 over 73. Question now, will 3-time Masters runner-up Greg Norman change his routine going into Sunday?
No, I'll have a couple of beers and probably good nice steak and chill out, wake up in the morning, and I've done what I needed to do, Billy. I put myself in a position come tomorrow.
Quick look at the leaderboard. Olazabal at 7 under, followed by Greg Norman. Davis Love finished at 5 under, tied with Steve Pate. Just 1 shot back of that, Ernie Els, Lee Jansen, and former UT golfer Bob Estes. Of course, you can check out all the action tomorrow right here on Channel 11 starting at 3 o'clock. I'll be right there. Rangers pitcher Rick Helling's season didn't start off very well. First pitch he threw was hit for a home run on opening day. 20-game winner from last year, hoping to chalk up his first W this year, tonight, against the Angels at the ballpark in Arlington. But the only thing getting eaten. No, that wasn't the only thing being eaten, the pizza. Watch this. Rangers already trailing 2-0 in the second. Orlando Palmeiro lays down perfect bunt to score. Troy Gloss to makes it 3-0 Angels. Then in the fourth, Randy Velarde singles to right center. That scores Matt Wallback and Andy Sheets, and that knocks Helling out of the game after giving up 6 runs, an ERA of 14.85 tonight. Yikes. As for Angels starter Omar Oliveras, well, he just mows over the Rangers, striking out Juan Gonzalez here. He pitched 7 1/3 scoreless innings as Anaheim blows away the Rangers 10-0. Yankee manager Joe Torre back at the boss's side today. He's been cleared by doctors to return to the dugout when he feels up to it. Yankees facing the Tigers. Chili Davis picks up where he left off yesterday when he hit a grand slam today. Solo shot. New York up 1-0 in his home debut. The Rocket. Roger Clemens wins his 16th consecutive decision, one shy of the American League record. Yankees get the shutout 5-0. And it is kid stuff for the big unit tonight against the Atlanta Braves. Randy Johnson, 15 strikeouts to get his first National League win. Complete game for Johnson as the Arizona Diamondbacks win for the first time this season, beating the Braves 8-3. And to think he could have been a Ranger. That's kind of sad, isn't it?
Pretty sad.
Mavericks host the Warriors tonight at Reunion Arena. What more can you say about that matchup? I can't think of a thing. And Brian, can you think of anything? Don't even say it. Don't even say it. I don't think Nellie can think of anything either, except for maybe why am I here? Warriors hitting the boards early. Antoine Jamison comes down with it, but that is Jason Caffey, former Bull, with the early dunk. But the Mavs hit the boards themselves. Sean Bradley misses, and he misses the tip, but Michael Finley does it for 2 of his 17. Big man tonight, Gary Trent. Unstoppable. Scores his number. Career-high 33 points, 11 rebounds. Mavs led by 3 at the break. The Golden State comes back, down by 1 with a minute to play. The ancient one, Terry Cummings, gets this one to drop. Warriors take a 1-point lead. Mavs get one last shot at it. Gary Trent. And the refs say no harm, no foul, no call, and the Warriors get the win, 91-90. But hey, it could be worse. Ask the Bulls. Tonight in Chicago, they set an NBA record for fewest points in a game. No, this is not a halftime score you're about to see. Only 49 points to the Bulls against the Heat. They lose 82-49. Only 23% of their shots made. It was just sad. Don't let that one fool you. It's just sad. You got to. I mean, Michael Jordan used to score that many by himself.
Our man Dennis works the camera. Did all the calculations. They only scored 8 points in the first quarter. 15 in the second, 10 in the third, 16 in the fourth, and their shots are. Morning blocked their shots 7 times.
It's sad, isn't it?
It's sad.
You need a new
still
team.
loyal?
I know.
Go for the Mavericks.
Yeah, that's what I'm turning to the Mavs. Well, thanks, Beth. Every couple wants to make their wedding special, but just how far would you go?
Next, we'll meet a bride and groom who literally take the plunge.
Well, finally tonight, there are plenty of unique ways to get married, but we can pretty much guarantee you haven't seen one like this before.
At least we hope not. This South African couple tied the knot in an aquarium equipped with sharks and all. The couple said, "I do," wearing wetsuits and oxygen masks. The priest went underwater to perform the ceremony, and the couple held up signs showing their vows. Several aquarium employees were on hand as well, just in case any of those sharks, well, of course, decided to object.
Okay. John with the last check.
Looking pretty good for the next 2 or 3 days here. Should have warm temperatures and a mix of sun and clouds right on through Tuesday afternoon. And then Tuesday night, we start to see some thunderstorms. Wednesday, we could see some severe weather. But other than that, we're looking pretty darn good.
No objections here?
No, none whatsoever.
All right. Thanks, John. And that's 11 News tonight.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.